trust in the Most High God, what the promises that He's entrusted you with, that He's placed inside of you, those seeds that He's planted. What happened to them? Are they still there? Are they dead? Are the bones dried up? Do you need to prophesy over them? As Ezekiel 37 says. Do you need to prophesy over the dry bones and command that the winds, the four winds, and speak to the four winds and command them to speak into these dry bones and to bring a life into them? That the sinews will come back, that flesh will grow back on them, that they will be back together, jointly fitted together, and to form into a great and a mighty army. Do you still believe that Abba Yahweh can do all of this for you? Or are you still in disbelief like your forefathers? Are you still allowing the seed of doubt to eat away like an evil bird picking away at the good seed that Abba has placed inside of you? What is happening inside of you internally? Where are you in this time and space today? This very moment. Where is your faith and your trust? On a scale of 1 from 0 to 100, what percentage would you say that your trust and your faith is with Master Yahweh? And I want you to be honest with yourself. Do a serious introspection and a serious evaluation. Because if you don't know where you are, then you don't know the things that you need to change. That assessment will help you to apply yourself in the areas that you know that you're lacking. In the areas that you know that you're failing. In the areas that you know that you're stumbling. Where do you need to come up in your life? And how is it that Abba Yahweh is asking you to come up? Remember, children, the things and the experiences that we have in this life are not for us. It's not for you. Yes, you are experiencing it. But the things that happen, you're here on this earth in order to be a witness to others around you. You're here in order for the great light that is inside of you to shine before men, that others will see the glory and glorify your Father in heaven. That light is supposed to draw and woo men unto the Father. When they see your service, when they see the way that Abba Yahweh works in you, the gifts, the callings, and the talents, that is what is supposed to draw them unto the light and away from the darkness. So that is your role, children. So as you prepare for the promised land, it's a testimony, children. It's not just you walking into greater and fuller things or into the fullness of your time. It is a testimony in the earth of what God does for His children. It is you actually not asking for a miracle, but you actually becoming the miracle. And that is what is required of us as children, as daughters, as sons of the kingdom of light. We are required to have our individual testimonies. We are required to allow that light to work inside of us, to transform us, to renew us, to get rid of that old man, to kill all of that doubt, to kill all of that mistrust, and to rise higher, digging deeper into His strength. When you know you don't have it within yourself, children, you dig into His strength. So now I want you to understand, and I'm going to speak on this quickly. I want you to understand, children, that the powers that be, the kingdom of darkness, the adversary, our adversary, they have been using tactics and strategies for thousands and thousands of years. And the reason why they have been so efficient at it is because the adversary, Satan, he was the keeper of the law when he was in heaven. So before he waged a war against the Most High God, before he hated God in his heart and got jealous, he was the keeper of the law. What does the keeper of the law mean? It means he kept it, he held it, he knew it. He had to read it inside out. He knew it from beginning to end. He knew all the principles, he knew all the precepts, he knew all the commandments, he knew all the rules. He knew all the spiritual rules. He He knew the effects, the causes and the effects. What will happen if you do this? What will happen if you don't do that? He knew how to manipulate certain things because he knew it from front to back. And with this knowledge, with this blueprint, because it literally was a blueprint, he thought within himself, since I know this, I know the rules, I know the spiritual laws, I can do this on my own. I can have my own world and do my own thing. So when he waged war against the Most High God and then he got kicked out, what happened? He decided that because God wanted to give earth to the children, to Adam and Eve, and he was going to find a way to slickly, deceitfully, covertly take that from them. Take that from them. So he knew how to finagle the word. Oh, God didn't say this. God didn't say that. Did he really say? What did God really say? You're sure that's what he said? No, man, come let me tell you exactly what God said. Because I don't think you kind of got it. I think you misinterpreted what he said. He didn't say don't touch that tree. That's not what he said. No, man, he couldn't say don't touch that tree because what going to happen if you touch it? Not going to happen, but you're just going to become more intelligent. You're going to become like a god. No, that's exactly what's happening. So he imparted this curiosity in Eve. And of course, he had to use the weaker vessel, right? Yes, children. He used the weaker vessel. He used the one that he knew that he could manipulate their emotions. And women, that is why this is very important for you to watch your emotions. Women specifically. The enemies at hand constantly, consistently work with these devices in order to manipulate emotions. Because once we can manipulate, because they understand the power of a woman. Women have so much power, they don't even realize how much power they have. Not just beauty, but they also have power. They have a finesse about them. They have a cadence about them. That they're easily able to persuade others to do things or to change the path. Yeah. And you know, women, they don't stop at anything, you know. When women really want something, they find a million ways to get under the person's skin in order to get that mission accomplished. That's the perseverance of a woman. So yes, why not use a woman in order to steal everything that was now handed over to the kingdom, to the children of God? Yeah, very clever. Very clever. Very clever. And that just went right over her head, right? No, she didn't get it. She didn't realize that she was being manipulated. And she didn't realize that she should have stood up to Satan with her persistence. She should have questioned him. You know, it's like, and it's so clever because Satan is like a lawyer and a very good lawyer. You know? There's nothing like a well-educated lawyer that goes into the courtroom. Every single thing you come at him with, he's going to have a way to flip it. He's going to find some type of loophole. I promise you, if there's a will, there's a way. He's going to find a loophole. He's going to find a way to get what he wants. So what Eve should have done was to stand up to him and ask him a million questions and wait. She should have waited when she wasn't sure. Not just rush. And that's what women do. They get enticed and they rush into things. And no, women, I'm not getting on you today. But I am a woman. And I do know how Satan has tried to come at me many times. And everything in life is a lesson to be learned. Everything in life that comes your way, you're supposed to be able to use it as a stepping stone to catapult you to greater heights and to deeper depths. You're not supposed to stay at level ground, at bottom level. No. You're supposed to climb. You're supposed to be becoming more knowledgeable, more advanced, using the wisdom that is afforded to you so that you're able to help the next generation that are coming up, so that they don't make the same mistakes that you made and waste time, so that they don't fall into the same pitfalls that you fell into and waste time.